Raising sheep can be a rewarding experience, whether you're raising them as a hobby or as your primary income. Animal health is one of the major considerations in developing a flock that will be profitable and one you can be proud of.
To achieve a quality product you can sell with pride and confidence, flock health is important from birth to processing. If you are a new shepherd, there are many things to learn about raising sheep, which at times can feel a bit overwhelming.
In this segment, I will cover some of the basic tips on animal husbandry, which can help you keep your flock healthy and happy.
Proper nutrition is the number one component to a successful sheep operation. Animals with appropriate level of nutrition have a stronger immune system than animals on a lower level. Feed quality affects fertility, reproduction, milk production, and overall flock health. Cutting corners on feed costs can result in lamb loss, as poor-fed ewes produce weak lambs and reduces milk production. Also, inadequate feed amount or quality can be detrimental to lamb growth and carcass quality. All sheep need a balanced diet of protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Their requirements may vary based on their size, age, sex, and production stage. Feed sheep to keep them in good body condition, not too fat, not too thin. There are key times during the production year to adjust nutritional intake of your breeding flock. 2 weeks before breeding, begin flushing your ewes to help increase ovulation rates. 2 weeks after breeding, start reducing grain to a maintenance diet. At late gestation, start increasing grain and decreasing roughage to make room in the ewe's body cavity for the developing lambs. 70% of the lamb's development is in the last 6 weeks of gestation. There is a tremendous demand on the ewe's body for calcium for the development of the lambs and milk production. During lactation, adjust quantity of grain to the number of lambs she is feeding. Have separate pens for ewes with singles, twins, and triplets to make feeding easier. Introduce lambs to creep feed at an early age. Well-fed animals also need good health care to continue to thrive, grow, and develop. It is important to have a scheduled deworming and vaccination program for your rams, ewes, and lambs throughout the year. For pasture flocks, July is a high worm infestation month, and fecal worm count should be analyzed by your veterinarian to determine the proper dewormer to use. Regularly clean all waters, feed bunks, and salt containers to reduce contamination. Providing clean, adequate bedding in sheds, barns, and windbreak areas to your animals will reduce the chances of infection and illness. When housing your animals in barns, provide good ventilation and avoid overcrowding. Healthy sheep are bright, alert, with a good appetite, and have solid pelleted manure. Know the signs of a sick animal and quarantine them in a sick pen. Treat for the illness and do not return them to the main flock until they are fully recovered. Knowing how to perform a good physical exam will help you to make a diagnosis or allow you to inform your veterinarian of the signs and symptoms. Here are the steps to a physical exam. Define the problem. Are they eating normally? Are they thin? Are there any unusual lumps or sores on the skin? What is the condition of their fleece? Do they have diarrhea? Does the stomach look normal or is it bloated? Do they walk normally? Check the color around their eyes and gums. Are their eyes bright and their ears up and alert? Are they coughing or breathing rapidly, or do they have a snotty nose? Check the body temperature. Normal Fahrenheit temperature for a sheep is 101 to 103. In Celsius, 38.6 to 39.7. Then check the rest of the flock. Are any others affected? Consult with your veterinarian and use appropriate medicine, dosage, time, and application. Note withdrawal times. Perform postmortems of sudden or suspicious deaths. Is the animal suffering? If so, be prepared to administer a humane method of euthanasia. Dispose of the dead animals properly. To help prevent the introduction of disease to your flock, purchase healthy sheep and keep them quarantined on your farm until their health status is known. There are several different ailments that can affect your sheep, but many can be prevented or can be treated if they become ill. Health problems of pregnant ewes are often diet-related, such as pregnancy toxemia, also known as twin lamb disease, hypocalcemia, milk fever, and vaginal prolapse, which often occur in the last 3 weeks prior to lambing. Common health problems of young lambs are: number 1, hypothermia. That is the reduced body temperature. It is below 101 Fahrenheit or 38.6 Celsius. This is the number 1 cause of death in young lambs and is made worse by bad weather. Number 2 is starvation and colostrum deprivation. Due to mismothering, not enough milk, the lamb is too weak to nurse, or the ewe will not allow the lamb to drink. Newborns must have colostrum within the first 12 hours of life to survive. Other illnesses of young lambs to be prepared for are scours or diarrhea, pneumonia, joint ill, inverted eyelids, and white muscle disease. Problems of older lambs may be enterotoxemia or pulpy kidney disease, caused by Clostridium bacteria. Worms such as roundworms, tapeworms, and flukes can be a major problem in lambs, especially on pasture. Coccidiosis is a microscopic protozoa parasite and is often confused with worm problems. Rumen acidosis or grain overload. These problems happen in older lambs and can be prevented with vaccinations and deworming. By instinct to survive, a sheep may be in pain but not show it and can easily be missed. A new shepherd must become educated in the signs of illness and be able to treat the animal quickly. The animal's welfare must never be compromised in the name of economics. Sheep have been selected and have adapted to become a hardy animal and can thrive in a variety of conditions if managed properly.
Provided with the proper level of nutrition, health care, and shelter, your sheep can be healthy and happy and a flock you can be proud of.